Welcome back to Avalon and Ninth. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hello. I'm back. Kind of. I'm here in this planner. And I'm going to change some things up. So I'm not going to plan out the rest of June because we're almost done. Kind of did okay. I lose it come like Thursday. Like, I don't know what it is. So I'm going to start pre-planning July. I think that's probably going to be the best for me at this point. Let's see, what day? Well, July. Okay, so I kind of lied. This is going 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is going to be the end of June, beginning of July is what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Because that would give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would give me the 5 weeks that's here behind June. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to pull out June's mystery kit in the weeks version. And I'm going to do both weeks of that. I'm kind of doing what Caitlin did with the last mystery kit. Because, well, they fit perfectly. So, I'm trying to decide which one I want to do. It honestly just really doesn't matter. It does not matter. So I have my date dots here. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way. And I'm going to get my date dots done so that those are cool. And no dropping things this time. So let's start with the 28th. So what am I going to do? Well, I'm still going to do some of the tracking that I'm doing. But knowing how busy I'm going to be this coming week, and that, let's face it, there's no 31 in June. Okay. Had to make sure, otherwise, woohoo, I was just going to keep going. And my husband comes home. I'm so excited. So I'm going to be super, super busy this next week. And even if I did have time to work out, I would not have time to work out. So I'm not going to have any workouts scheduled. I'm not even going to put down a workout of the day. However, there are certain things that I do want to track for this upcoming couple of weeks and see what the correlation is based upon my other thing, because my husband and I were talking pretty in depth, and he was going, oh, look at how many steps I did, and I'm like, where do you find that? I've never really paid attention, don't know where to do it. And I went in and I started looking, and I was like, whoa, wait a second. And it kind of threw us both off and be like, well, you are constantly moving and out and about. Why is your thing? And I think it's because my arm is not moving in a certain way. And so I'm going to track some of that, because I want to see if there's a distinct correlation. And there's no better way to do that than when you're moving. So you'd be like, okay, well, I was not like moving like just in general. I'm talking about like moving to a different place. So that's what we're going to work and figure out here. So lovely washi pieces that go right, fit just beautifully in there. And I love these colors. These colors just scream summertime to me. Like, just give it to me, summertime. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna change things up just a little bit, because I'm gonna track the steps, because then I can correlate it with my other big planner that I have here as to what we did that day, and see if there's actually maybe something else I need to look into in terms of being able to track that, you know, because everybody's like, oh, track your steps. Well, I don't know if mine is even picking up my steps, just because I'm not moving the correct way. We shall see. Let's go ahead and put this. Do I want to put this guy down on this one, or do I want to put him down on that one? You know what? Because this orange is going to pop off of that color. I'm going to use this weekend banner. And I love putting the weekend banner down here on my little washi strip. If I can get it straight. Straight enough. Works for me. So, all right, let's put down date covers. So, what should I tell you right now? What should I tell you? Besides the fact that there's going to be a certain add-on. Well, you could buy them by themselves. It's not really an add-on, but you could buy an add-on to these weeks kits. Not in the mystery kits, because we're not doing that. But for kits coming this upcoming release, there's going to be a special one page that you can add into the current release of week kits. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to go back and create things. It's just, we're moving forward. That you're going to be able to do and put on. Okay, so in my last video, which will probably air after this video, I had a envelope here that exploded paper and stuff all over. It was a recycled envelope paper. Anyways, I'm dealing with that fallout. It doesn't matter how much I'm shaking and whatnot, and I don't know where our lint roller is, so that affects a lot of things as well. So okay, but anyways, one page add-on that's coming for these kits so that you can use it in a specific planner. Oh, I'm going to be doing it, I might as well say. So I have a one-page add-on that you can add on to the week's kits that are going to be released this this upcoming TPC cycle, and you will be able to make these week's kits into TPC Nation kits. So there you go. That's my mama news. All right, I love the squiggles. Okay, don't know what I'm going to add there. All right, so which one am I on? Which kit? Okay, so I have these guys, and I only have one sheet of these guys, but I have 2 of those. Okay, which are still 3-spot checklists. This is what I'm talking about. These boxes right here, they still have 3 spaces. These have 3 spaces. So this is what I'm going to do. We are going to, apparently it's going to be a pink sidebar. That's what it's going to be. I'm going to put these all down on the bottom. And I don't know exactly, I'm not going to pull any water trackers this time. I'm not going to pull in any water trackers because I'm just focused on certain things. I think I'm going to use these to mark food because I've got another sticker that I want to use for steps, I believe. We'll get through this. We'll figure it out, man. All right. So I think I'm going to use this for food because there have been days this past week that I've not intentionally, but have forgotten to eat because I was so busy. And I do need to ensure that I don't do that. That actually hurts me in the long run. I have found out that by even skipping a meal, I actually do more damage than good. And then there are 2 things that I have to track. And I'm actually going to lay these side by side, not all the way down. I'll show you what I'm going to do here in just a second. So let me put it this way. I'm just going to put them down the side this way to mark what I need to mark that I need to keep track of. Okay, so I'm going to use this for foods. I don't know what I'll use these for just yet. And I'm thinking I'm going to use this as terms for like sleep, like how long I actually got to sleep, because I have been struggling with sleep lately. So, and then I have 6 of these boxes, which gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that'll work. that will work. I'm just trying some things out because we know that this has been my like health and fitness planner that has been some weeks success, some weeks more failure than success. But I do want to make this work and figure it out, but I have such a crazy schedule about to happen. And I know I haven't put it out there. I'm going to be putting it out there this week. In terms of the shop, mystery kits and other subscriptions are going to be going out just fine. So if you're a current subscriber, don't worry. Everything's going out according to plan. They will keep going out according to plan. Nothing is going to change in that regard. You don't have to do anything, but we are going to put the shop on vacation just so that we can actually take everything down and move it to the new location. So, okay. So, decorative. Okay, so I think this is going to be for sleep. Probably, like, certain goals I have to do. I have my stack of scripts. I will one day be better at this, but these are definitely two things that I continuously track even if I don't do a good job at it. And that's just for my accountability. And in fact, actually this last week, because I didn't have this accountability tracker, I really struggled with that one. And just so you know, no, it isn't to stop having any babies. We did other things to stop having babies a while ago. This is more health related to get hormones back on track. And even with it and cycles being normalized, I'm sorry I hit my light with my head, my big old head. I'm coming to find out that I may actually be starting early endeavors of things. So, but that was our first goal, was to try and get cycles back on so that we could figure out. So I'm glad that I gotta get better at this, because I really sucked this last week. Okay, so sleep, I think goals, food, and then the other thing I need to track is going to be the steps. And I'm going to use the... Okay. This is, the throwing of the tweezers has been a consistent thing in all the videos I have filmed today. Now, I film in bulk a lot of the times, and then I schedule them out throughout the week. So you will see me throw tweezers multiple times in videos. That wasn't the first throw of the day. No, it was not. All right, so I'm liking this so far. I feel like it's one, it's gonna give me room. If there's anything else that I need to mark down, it's gonna do the food. Like I said, because I've been so busy, I have skipped a couple of meals some days, and I don't want to make that a habit. So there we go. Things that I just want to track. And then let's see, I do have this extra space up here, but I don't think that there's anything right now that I'm going to do extra for now. We're just going to leave that blank. So let's move on to the next spread, which means this entire page didn't even get used during that spread, but some of it's going to be used during this spread. Okay. So, do I want this top or bottom? Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Well, what about this one? I want this one top. Just like I saw it and I was like, yep, that's the top one. So, we're going to do the same kind of layout, but instead of obviously using the 2-spot checklist or 3-spot checklist, I'm going to use the grid boxes. Oh, there's my dogs barking at the neighbors like, come out, come out, come out. We want to just sit and bark at the fence. Yeah, so our neighbors have dogs, and they have annoyed my dogs to the point that now my dogs sit at the fence and they just sit and bark at each other the entire time. I know that if they actually saw each other, they probably like frolic and play and everything, but they can't see each other, so they just sit there and bark. It's just annoying. I'm ready to move. Ready to move. So, and I get on my dogs pretty hard. My kids know that they hear one of my dogs just bark, it's an immediate, you go get them. And so I can already hear that that's what's going to be happening. And, oh, because his mama don't play when it comes with her dogs. She is, I believe in training them. I believe in holding them accountable. And as owners, they're just like children. So, you know, that's my little soapbox for the moment. So, alrighty. Yeah, I think I'm going to do the same way that I did the layout. There's going to be a couple of different changes, and I'll show you that here momentarily. So, all right, let's start with the sidebars. So I'm going to use this guy right here in place of this one. That's what we're going to use. I'm going to put you all the way down there. And then I'm going to take a 3-spot checklist. Well, no, grid box. That's what they are. And I'm going to put you right here. So it gives me a little bit more room. I don't know if I'll do a squiggle. I could do a squiggle every day to kind of divide some things out, which is probably what I will do. So what can we put? We'll figure that one out here in just a minute. So let's do these guys. So same concept as we did before, but it's just going to be the grid box instead of I want to make sure I'm not gonna have days, let's put this guy here, where things are like the same and colors are getting close together, if that makes sense. So let's do you. And I lost train of thought of what I wanted to say after I heard my dogs bark. So, because we're getting ready to move. So I'm really excited because our neighbors do not, they let their dogs do whatever they want. And stuff. And my like last straw with like the dogs and why I get so hard on my dogs is because I don't want to, you know, one, my dogs shouldn't be acting a fool like that. So this is what I'm going to do here. I get it. Dogs are dogs. And it's consistent and persistent training is what's going to keep happening. And stuff. But anyways, one of my last straws with the dogs and just, you know, being like, okay, this isn't going to work out with my neighbors really well is that they keep scratching the fence on both sides. And I'm like, this is a recipe for disaster. This can be something that could just accelerate. And so we've started to put up like barriers, like they can still bark, but there's barriers to the fence because I do not want like anything to happen to my dogs. I don't want anything to happen to their dogs. So constant and persistent training. But that leads me to that we're moving, and the next place that we're going to be at is very large property for in the city. Obviously we're going to be looking for more property than this when it comes time, but this is much larger than the property we currently have now, which I'm really excited for. I really love these squiggles, you guys. Just love except when they do that. Just love them, and they fit in between these lines just perfectly and just add just so much to the entire spread. Okay, I have my squirrel moment, and I'm starting to lose my voice, I can tell. So we have a lot of land, and I'm super, super excited. Like, we have a really big backyard. We don't have the biggest backyard in our little, you know, neighborhood, but we would have one of the larger ones. And she loves to run, and we go out there and we throw balls, and she demolishes the balls, of course. So we buy a lot of tennis balls. But she is going to love this new place. There's so much room. There are so many trees. I wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't want to ever come back inside, because she loves the outdoors so much. So much. And that's the only part I hate about Texas summers. It's just so hot. So, all right, let me get this weekend banner on, because remember I said that this orange was going to pop off of this, and I concur. So we're going to add this down here. And we're going to get the trackers on. So I am definitely really excited to move. I mean, how about this? Can I just go to sleep and wake up and everything has been moved out of the house and is into the new house and set up the way that it's supposed to be set up, so I can just move on? Can we do that one? If we could do that, that would be amazing, and I would be happy. So putting down the things that I have to track, because otherwise if I don't do it now, I will totally forget until I sit down to actually do it, and then I'm gonna have to think. So, all right. And then the last thing I need to do is to put on the little dots for, and did I go in order? Like, did they match they did match. Okay, so I will do the same over here. I will match the little squares. And what was it? Was it last month or the month before? May have been the month before that I changed the squares down to just a smaller size on the, wow, that just sat crooked. They changed them down to just a little bit of smaller size on the weeks kit and on the monthly kits. And that was because they were slightly larger than this, and I wanted you to actually be able to put them in between the two lines. See, thinking, always thinking, and make it super, super simple. And then that way, if you ever have a planner that has larger lines, you can do that as well, and there won't be any qualms about it. You know that it will fit in between the lines perfectly. So we're almost done with the sheet, and we're almost done with this, and look at that. I'm down to like my normal time, like right around a 20-minute video, which is like my sweet spot. I really like 20-minute videos. It's what I really like. And then same for that. Okay, so what was I going to do here? I was going to put something there. So, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think we're just going to put a quarter box there. I think that's just what it's screaming, and what it needs is just this little guy right there. So, all right. So I still have lots to work with in terms of functional aspects. Still date dots and some squiggles, but this is what I'm going to try out is starting this next week and into July to see if what is matching up in one planner is matching up with this planner. And then tracking food will just be good, because then it can also show me if we're starting to go into a mode of consistently having certain meals over and over again. So then I can start menu planning again. I don't menu plan right now. I can tell you that much. Kind of just say, hey, what are we going to have this week? And that's what I buy. And then whatever day we have it, we have it. Anyways, that's going to drive my husband nuts. So this kit is not in the shop. It is part of our mystery kit program. All of our mystery kits include exclusive art. And you saw that the weeks kit, if you buy the weeks kit, it comes with 5 pages and you get tons of stickers. So also, next restock for these planners, July 7th. That's when they will be going up, which is the Wednesday before the TPC sale on the 8th. So we are going to have a small amount of planners that are ready to ship, because that's the only way we do them. And then we will have another restock come August. So until then, check out the description box for, well, my shop link, because that's what I use. Oh, and for, you know, tweezers, because, you know, they're amazing, but don't throw them. I've got to order a new pair because I keep damaging them. So I shall see you guys in my next video. Until then, take care. Have a great week, and we'll see y'all later. Okay? Bye.